What's your no good deed goes unpunished story? I lived in this small duplex with super thin walls. My neighbor, Mr. Hartley, was this quiet old guy who lived alone. We never really talked much, just nodded when we saw each other getting mail or whatever, but I could see he was struggling. He'd take forever carrying groceries from his car, sometimes making like 3 trips for one bag. One night around midnight, I heard him through the wall. He was on the phone crying and panicking. I felt bad for listening, but the walls were paper thin. The power company was shutting off his electricity, and he couldn't afford both his medications and the electric bill this month. He kept saying, "Please, just one more week," over and over. I'd just gotten this bonus at work. Nothing crazy, but enough to cover my bills and have some left over. I didn't even think twice about it. I went online to pay my electric bill and saw that our provider serviced both units. There was an Ellis Hartley account right there in the drop-down menu. I paid both bills that night, mine and his, $463 total. I didn't tell him, didn't want to embarrass the guy. I just felt good knowing he wouldn't be sitting in the dark. 2 weeks later, there's this hard knock on my door at 7 in the morning. I open it and there's this city official with 2 cops behind him. "Sir, you need to come with us for questioning." I'm standing there in my pajamas like, what the hell is happening? They wouldn't explain anything, just kept saying they needed to ask me some questions about my neighbor. That's when they told me. Mr. Hartley had died in his sleep 3 days ago. Natural causes, heart attack. But here's the weird part. Nobody knew until the mailman noticed a smell and called it in. The house had been cold and dark for days, but not because his power was shut off, because he was dead. The police had been going through his records, trying to piece together his last few days. That's when they found the electric bill payment. My name was all over it. My browser history showed I'd logged into the utility site. My fingerprints were on the shared mailbox where I'd grabbed mail that fell out sometimes. To them, it looked like I'd been in his house. Like maybe I was squatting there or stealing his government checks or something worse. They questioned me for 6 hours. 6 hours. They kept asking why I was paying his bills, why I had access to his accounts, when was the last time I saw him alive, did I have keys to his place, was I taking care of him for money. The detective kept saying things like, elderly abuse cases are very serious, and tampering with someone's utilities is a federal offense. I'm trying to explain that I just wanted to help, but they're looking at me like I'm some kind of predator. My name ended up on local neighborhood Facebook groups. Police investigate suspicious activity at duplex on Oak Street. Neighbors I'd lived next to for 2 years started whispering when they saw me. Mrs. Chen from across the street actually crossed to the other side when I was getting my mail. My landlord David called me that same week. He was pissed, said he didn't want this kind of attention on his property. If the police investigation continued, he wasn't renewing my lease next month. He'd rather have the place empty than deal with my legal issues. It took 3 more weeks for them to clear me completely. They pulled traffic cam footage that showed I'd never actually entered Mr. Hartley's side of the duplex. The medical examiner confirmed natural causes, no signs of foul play. Nobody had been taking advantage of him, but the damage was done. David refused to renew my lease anyway, said too many neighbors had complained and he didn't want the drama. I had to move out within 30 days. Then my job found out. Someone from HR saw the local news story online and brought it to my manager's attention. They called it ongoing legal distractions that could affect workplace reputation. They let me go on a Friday afternoon with 2 weeks severance. So there I was, no job, no apartment, and a background check that would forever show I was investigated in connection with an elderly man's death. Even though I was cleared, that stuff follows you.